We don't have that many game consoles. Now, that statement is probably not correct objectively. I mean, we have lots of consoles. The Super Nintendo, the Famicom, the PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the Xbox, Xbox 360, the Xbox 360S, the Xbox 360E, the Xbox One. Which moron picked these names? The Bildschirmspiel. But I think most of us only use one of the big three consoles. The Nintendo, the PlayStation, the Xbox, maybe Steam Deck if you are a Redditor. But we don't have that many indie consoles. Sure, there are some consoles like the Playdate, but indie consoles don't exist. Now, what I mean by an indie console is a console made for indie game devs. See, the big console brands like Sony, Nintendo and Microsoft make it pretty hard to get your game on their platforms. Maybe not PlayStation, but the others do. You have to use their private compilers or private consoles to make your game run on them. But what if there was a console made for indies by indies? A console that wasn't ran by some $1 million company. A console that let you modify it. A console like the OUYA. Let's go back to 2012. In the gaming space, Max Payne 3 and Spec Ops The Line were released, and films like Django Unchained, The Avengers, or the critically acclaimed film Ted.
What's going on? There's so much
Elephant green screen effect.
Were playing in the cinema. But around that time, someone was thinking of a product. That person was Julia Ehrman. She was previously an executive, oh my god, that took me like 5 hours to record, at Playboy Enterprises, Lionsgate Entertainment, IGN, and Vivendi Entertainment. So she was associated in the gaming space. Wait, does that say Playboy? That can't be right. Holy shit, it's right. But she wasn't just an executive, she was also a gamer, but not just any gamer, a television gamer. That's gonna be very important, remember that. See, in 2012 there was a rise of mobile games. Angry Birds, Clash of Clans, you know, the ones that were good. And it seemed like as if video games were moving to a more handheld future, because for the indie game developers, it seemed like a better choice. It's cheaper and not as costly to make mobile games, but she had an idea on how to fix this. So on July 3rd, 2012, they went on this little platform called Kickstarter and published their page. Now, to the 3 people who don't know what Kickstarter is, it's a site where you can give your money to a project like a video game, indie film, or a book to support the person making it, with your donations helping with the creation of whatever product they are making. And so would begin the OUYA story with a little video made by them.
I love video games, but more and more people are moving away from the television. There's a lot of focus today on the mobile and web platform. It's easier to develop games for those platforms. The television costs a lot of money, you have to work with established players in the space, and I've been trying to figure out how do we get them back to it. OUYA is a new game console for the television that's built on Android, open source technology. It's an inexpensive game console for gamers. All the games are free to try. Anybody that wants to develop a game for a television, we allow them the ability to do this. I've been a part of the game industry for a really long time. In the early days of gaming, you could take your Apple IIe, write your own programming, and take your game to market. So there's a lot of hurdles for developers to get games onto the television. Developing is extremely expensive. I love the television, and I want those games on the television. We wanted to make a great product. I went out to find the best people that can do it, and that's Yves Behar and the Fuse Project.
Over the years, we've worked on a lot of projects that take a certain technology and make it available to many. I mean, the $100 laptop is one, and the Jambox, for example. We like to use all the different parts of design, fuse them together, whether it's industrial design or user experience.
The most important part of this to us is the controller.
We really focus a lot on what gamers are looking for. Precise controls, tactility, right sizing. What makes OUYA different and gives it the potential of changing the gaming environment is you're able to build things right from the start. You don't have to pay outrageous amounts of money for a dev kit. You don't have to have a lot of credentials, just good ideas.
We have a prototype and it works. We'll have all the game genres you love. Shooters, platformers, sports, and RPGs. We'll have games from major game publishers and indies too. We'll have a full store of games, all free to play. Minecraft is going to be on it, and Twitch TV, so you can watch StarCraft and League of Legends. It's open for hackers that want to tweak the box and make it their own. This is a big undertaking. Effectively, we're trying to disrupt an established industry. It takes a lot of guts and courage. Well, I wasn't a female, I say big balls. we've raised money from friends and family, but it takes more. Kickstarter is a phenomenal place where early ideas can get supported by those people that are going to want to use it. And this product will not happen without their support. And when we raise this money, it means that we have arrived, that there is a need for an open game console, and that there is support from gamers and developers alike. And you're the signal to the world that this is wanted.
No, this project is not related to some cult that has the television as its god. At least, I think so. Hey, were they related to some cult? No? Okay. And when people saw this, they were like, yeah, I like that idea. So in total, OUYA got $8 million, one of Kickstarter's most funded project. So development would begin on the console. And most people were excited because of the claims they made in the trailer, like that Minecraft would be on the console and that all games would be free to try. But there were still some people who were a bit more critical of the OUYA. For starters, OUYA is still in the developmental stages, and while its list of hardware matches up with the best smartphones and tablets currently available, by the time production units start rolling out, the console is sure to feel a bit dated. Yes, quad-core Tegra-free processing, 1GB of RAM, and 8GB of internal storage sound like a steal for $99. But at the rate that Android hardware has been advancing, I reckon these specs won't sound so enticing by the time the OUYA launches. So the company will either push out hardware that can't pace with the next generation of software and games, forcing consumers to buy a new model within a year, or they will scramble to release a product featuring revamped and updated hardware. But who cares? So what? It's $99 for the console, which is pretty cheap. Sure, it's not as good as the consoles also releasing at the time, like the PlayStation, having more mobile phone specs than the real consoles, but come on, who cares? The fact is that it wasn't meant to fight the giants, it was meant to just be a console that allowed anyone to release their games on a console. Well, now that the campaign was done, the marketing had to begin because OUYA planned on shipping the first units of the console on March 28th of 2013 for the backers. Not for the common folk who didn't give their money to the campaign. For normal people and retail, it would release on June 4th, 2013. Wait, June 25th. And the Kickstarters did get their consoles. On time? No. Some of them even had to wait months to get it, or some didn't even get the console. But some of them did record their unboxing and
weren't believing. So I'm imagining that this is probably something for the backers.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. So
If it comes with every single...
and the controller is shattered. And the controller is broken.
well, fuck. Note that the controller isn't actually broken. It just has removable plates for you to place the batteries into the controller. And OUYA was kind enough to upload a tutorial on how to replace the batteries. Now, there were some small issues, but OUYA would probably listen to the feedback and use it to improve the console. But now, they just have to sell the console to other people who didn't back the Kickstarter. Maybe a live interview could help sell the console. So Julia Ehrman went to South by Southwest and advertised the console.
Important. I mean, but what makes it so fascinating, and you know, when you ask the question about what makes it challenging, like, there is nothing special about this board. Nothing. Like, nothing, right?
By the way, you don't hear a lot of people when they're promoting their product
Say
pick
that
it up
any one
and
of you
pick it
can
up and
go
say
make
there's,
it.
there's nothing special
There's
about
nothing.
this.
I mean,
Julie, no, you were supposed to make your product seem special.
the most creative, exciting games aren't going to the television anymore because it's just so hard.
Julie, stop mentioning the TV. Why did she put the fucking console in a brown bag? Fuck. Well, I mean, E3 is happening soon. Maybe we can show off the OUYA and...
IGN News is brought to you by Speedstick. Don't sweat it, handle it.
What's up, everybody? Murray here with IGN News. The Entertainment Software Association, the company which owns and operates the E3 Expo, called the Los Angeles Police Department yesterday in an attempt to shut down OUYA's public presence at E3 2013.
Oh. We have to somehow fix this bad press. I know, let's make an ad where we make fun of rising game prices.
$60? This game sucks! They screwed me! It's exactly the same game! Oh, God! bucks? Oh, they did it to me again! I could have bought food! OUYA!
That's stupid, we aren't doing that. I know, let's support the indies. Around this time, we had decided to start the Free the Games Fund, which seemed to be a good idea. If you were an indie trying to make your game, OUYA would help out with funding, if you allowed your indie game to be exclusive on the OUYA for at least 6 months. But there was a little catch. You needed to raise a minimum of $50,000. This is reminding me of something. I don't know what, but it's reminding me of something. But this was also controversial, since some games in the fund were accused of being suspicious, with some backers just appearing out of nowhere and dumping a lot of money into the projects, and with games somehow getting funded with not enough backers being there. An example of this is Gridiron Thunder, which with 138 backers got $100,071.09, which, doing the math, means that each backer had to give around 934 entire dollars. So OUYA uploaded an apology video.
Hi, it's Julie, and I wanted to talk about the Free the Games Fund again. I wanted to let you know that we do hear you, that we're reading your blogs, your posts, your tweets, your Reddit threads, your articles, everything, and we hear you loud and clear, that the program isn't working. Regardless of my best intentions, there's just too many loopholes.
Plus, there were multiple other controversies happening too, like Julie not knowing the games on her console, and like Minecraft not actually releasing on the console. Mojang never partnered with them. Well, this is all shaky ground. Wait, this video released in September. I missed the release. Well, I mean, it could not have been that bad. They probably fixed all of the issues and didn't have the marketplace full of slop. Let's just check it out.
Bunch of teens made it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Just
feel
rain.
terrible.
That's all it is. It's just rain.
What's it all like? Well, it's all right. It's quite comfortable. Most of the buttons are okay. The D-pad is shite.
Oh.
I can appreciate.
What is this?
What's going on over in this?
Absolutely check it out.
What is going
Yeah,
on?
absolutely.
What is happening in this corner?
Check out Babes and He TV.
Yeah.
The controller itself is $50. So you can buy a second controller, but the controller is literally half the price of the system. When I saw the controller, I was thinking it would be, maybe $25, $30, because it's essentially kind of a bootleg 360 controller, but it's wireless. But no, it's half the price of the system. So that turned off a lot of people too. They're just like, oh, the system, the bundle for the system.
About what makes it challenging, like, there is nothing special about this board. Nothing. Like, nothing, right?
Yeah, I give up. It cannot get any worse. I mean, what would be worse is if they removed the free-to-try feature that they so proudly advertised. Hey, wait, what is this blog post? In the coming weeks, we're going to let devs choose if they want to charge upfront for their games. Now they'll be able to choose between a free-to-try model or a paid model. No, this is too far. You can't just remove a feature you advertised the entire time. This was basically the boiling point. The fans felt like no one was hearing them. The controller was bad. The buttons would keep getting stuck no matter what you did. The entire controller felt very cheap, even though it was $50. How the hell is the controller more expensive than the entire console? Anyways, about the Free the Games Fund. While OUYA was trying to portray this as them being more pro-indie, the truth was that OUYA was losing money, because most people would not actually pay for the games. They would just use the free-to-try model so that they could play games for free. Now, I don't know anything about business, but I think if people are just using your console for the free games, I think that's bad. OUYA was also planning on making a second OUYA console with better specs and a better controller. Yay! But that fell through because the company a few months later would be sold to Razer, and then just dissolved. Julie left the company, and yeah, that was it. And some people still didn't get their consoles after all of this time. OUYA was meant to democratize console gaming, because most game devs want to have their games on a console, but the big three make it so hard, like really hard. OUYA could have been so good if it wasn't so mismanaged, so ignorant of what people wanted, and if it listened to criticism. But it failed, and that's all that matters in the end. But seeing the new Steam machine, which can be used as a game console, I think the possibility of a console made for indie devs is still alive. Anyways guys, shout out to the television for making this entire video possible. We love the television, big ups for the television, praise the television. Thank you for watching this video. I don't know if it's good, I haven't watched it yet. This video took a while to make because I was in Berlin. Yeah, I went to the video game museum, which was pretty cool. And I think I found a new video topic for sometime in the future, because I have so many videos on my little, what's it called, my ideas board. I have a board filled with ideas. Maybe I could talk about the first Steam machine, who knows, maybe. And yeah, thanks for watching, do stuff, yeah.